This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. You must be 18 or older to listen and or subscribe. Anything we say should not be used to diagnose or treat any medical or psychiatric condition. Do not use anything heard on this podcast as a replacement for professional help or an attempt to diagnose yourself or anyone else. We are not licensed professionals. We are not here to treat you. Any similarities to any persons alive or deceased are purely coincidental. We will not be held responsible for any actions taken as a result of anything heard on this platform. You know we do wow counters when you're not here?
Oh, even when I'm not here?
This is literally why I have this paper out.
For the wow count?
Reason. Yep.
All right, so which one are we doing first?
The service one.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome back to the campfire that's kinky
So
and
we
it's
were
all
recording.
a camp.
Yeah, we were recording. This is great.
I said we were recording.
He's
Yeah.
a liar.
Yeah, I said we were recording. So we are here again after a while. A lot of things have happened, so we'll interjectively put in and squirrel about what we've been doing this whole time. Some people went to a fuck club.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Forgot all about that. That was like right after the last podcast. So, introductions. To my left, I have. To my right, I have.
This is Dame.
To my left, I have.
As always, Esme.
Well, it was like half the time before you changed it in the middle there. And I
Wait a
am.
minute, you're opening it.
Yeah, I open them. I'm not like he is.
Hold on a second. We'll talk about that after introductions.
Do you know that you cut the head off? There's things inside.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
opening
somebody
a pop.
sent me
I
a
actually
TikTok.
sent him videos now
Somebody
of
sent me a
people
TikTok.
doing it just to
to
bother
see?
him.
And
Yeah. Because I'm determined to
watched-
actually get one and do it just to see what's inside.
I have
this one.
10,
He got
10,
this one.
10 seconds of that video is what I saw. That's it. Then I clicked it off. I knew what you were up to. I
Pops.
saw.
We're
I saw
talking
the
about
thing.
pops.
Yeah, my pop collection over here has grown,
I see that.
and then
I just
if you-
want to pick
So-
one and cut the head off.
no,
I want to
there-
shake the wall so they all fall.
no. There's one up there.
Can I pick one?
So just to give you a little hint, there, Dame.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't introduced myself yet. We'll get back to that. There's a pop that's over $100 now on that up there.
Wow.
So you can take a guess of the plus or minus 10 of how much it actually costs.
Okay. Can I cut the head off that one?
No. Okay. Yeah, you can go buy your own and you can cut it off yourself.
I think I know
Also-
which one it is.
I told you which one it was, but all right.
The one you just got?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am Juicy PP Johnson.
Oh, I think I just threw up a little bit.
That's horrible.
It's awful.
Juicy Johnson here.
Juicy Johnson.
JPPJ is here.
I think it's the juicy part. That's
It's the PP for me.
is it the PP for you? It's
Juicy
the juicy for me.
PP.
It's the hold
Johnson.
on. You add them together. It's the juicy PP.
The juicy PP.
Yeah, Juicy PP Johnson.
Is it like dribbling urine?
Yes. And
Is that what it means? Huh? Or is it sweaty? Is it a sweaty Johnson?
for all
or is
our
it
happy
juicy with
camper,
PP?
all our happy camper fans,
What in the
fans
actual
out
fuck
there,
just happened?
I'll leave that up to your imagination.
I'm picturing those snails that you squeeze and it just oozes out of them. Have you ever
PP
seen
Johnson.
those?
Nails. Oh, it's gooey
Like
duck. in the water, the ocean. They grab them out.
Grab 'em and-
we started a little backwards, but we're gonna go over
This is awful.
what we're drinking.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm drinking
Well.
Trulies again.
Truly,
Yeah.
it says jingle and mingle.
Well, yeah, because it's been in the fridge for a little bit.
No, it says it on there.
Yes, it does.
What the fuck?
Yes,
Okay.
A little bit means since last Christmas.
maybe.
Yeah, I was like
Pomegranate ginger fizz.
ginger fizz. Do
Thank
you taste
you.
the ginger?
A little. It's got a little bite back.
Oh, like that chili one from the last.
I did not taste the chili
That
in
was
that
good.
one.
It was a little spicy. Dude,
Yeah.
I made jalapeno poppers like right before I got here, and my hand is still burning
I bet.
from they were fresh. Oh, Jesus.
Sounds
And-
You didn't bring any?
Huh. He said no food. He's like, I'm good. So I was like, all right, I'm not
Yeah,
bringing
but
any
that
food.
doesn't count. That's
I kinda
always
thought
good.
that.
Yeah.
I thought
And
it.
Dane didn't say anything, so I guess
Well, I didn't
you don't
know
get
she
a
was
vote.
bringing 'em.
Well, you didn't get a vote then.
So what are you drinking?
Yeah.
I was gonna quadruple fist, but no, I just have coffee and water right now. I'm bored.
Okay.
Fizz.
It's
You wanna-
Bones coffee.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I like Bones
Just-
coffee.
just
We've been
Bones
talking
coffee?
about that, the different flavors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bones is good.
There's
Oh.
no specific flavor there.
No, this one's just the medium roast, but normally I've
And-
got the pumpkin praline at home.
I had me a good cup of green tea
It was tea. That's gross.
with some sweetener in there, not honey.
Why are you drinking tea?
Considering he just ate chocolate ice cream, that is disgusting.
Birthday cake ice cream.
Oh,
Sorry,
nice.
birthday
How dare
cake.
you.
Birthday cake ice
How
cream.
dare you?
So that's
Sorry.
birthday cake.
This chocolate's disgusting. And birthday cake is amazing. How dare you? And then I got a little water
Wow.
with some strawberry kiwi Mio in there. Not Mio, but Mio.
Okay.
Is that some ASMR shit over there? I can't do it.
I'm like, I'm
You
not
forgot
on
to
board
shake,
tonight.
You forgot to shake the lemon on top of it, like the chick in the videos on TikTok.
What the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking
You
about?
There's
are a resident TikTok.
I
You
am. I
we have
love
no idea
TikTok.
what you're talking about.
I'll send the next time
I
I
have
find
no
one,
idea
I'll
what you're
send it to
talking
you.
Did
You're
you
gonna
say
die.
lemon and a chicken?
No, like so this chick
Oh,
she
chick.
does
Good
ASMR
Lord.
stuff,
Chicken?
and so she'll have like say a lobster roll in front of her, and she literally will be like, add a little
Lobster
lemon,
roll.
and she picks up the lemon and she just shakes it over the top of the lobster
And
roll.
doesn't squeeze
no.
lemon? Does she think it's salt? How does she think a
No.
lemon works?
I don't know, but all of her videos have like this aspect of it.
Where she's an idiot?
Yes.
She's doing it on purpose.
No.
She's got to be doing it
She
on
has
purpose.
to be.
She has
No. I really don't think she is.
Oh, have you seen the?
okay.
You probably haven't seen this one where the TikToker people are like making food, and it's like the fried rice one. The people that make the rice, the steamed rice, but then they strain it after they make the rice.
They wash the rice after they cook the rice. Oh my god. Okay, wow.
This is on TikTok.
Oh, we got a wow.
We got a wow.
TikTok, yeah.
The only-
So
you
the
can do that with
TikTok
pasta.
videos I send you, those are the only things I know on TikTok. And the only reason why I know about those is because of the podcast I listen to. But I don't know anything about the TikTok trends, except for the one bones or no bones, because you sent me that one.
And the cake
Yeah.
challenge.
That's the one. That's
I'll
not
start
TikTok.
sending. I'll
It's
start
not?
sending
I
you
thought it
more.
was.
Oh no, that is TikTok. Yes, the cake challenge.
I'll start sending you more.
Nah, that's all right. Especially if you don't send me any pop ones. I'm telling you right now.
No,
There's
all the pops.
All the
one I
pops.
got.
All
There's
the
one.
pops.
There's one I just remembered. I have to send you.
Okay.
I sent her the cake challenge ones. You seen the cake challenge ones?
You've
I don't
actually
know.
never sent me the cake challenge ones. I had to look it up on my own
Okay.
to figure out what it was.
Well, I sent it to you
No, he didn't.
indirectly.
Oh, he sent it to
Indirectly.
Yeah, he told me about it. I
Yeah.
looked it up myself.
Yeah.
He doesn't send me
When
things.
you
Actually, that's not
cake
true. He
challenge
sends
when
me
you get
other
a
shit.
chance. Yes. Yeah.
Like-
So TikTok trends.
Juicy Johnsons.
Juicy PP Johnson. Thank you.
I'm like, yeah.
And of
This-
course, happy campers. This is the podcast where we'd listen to us.
Oh
That
god.
was so random.
You know, we need to write down and just say
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
a list. You guys can take
So what
notes
are we
too.
talking about tonight?
Well, I just want to say that we are also here to make kink not a
Taboo.
not a taboo.
Yeah, there's
and,
that word, and I never.
Accessible.
We're normalizing.
Normalizing.
Yeah.
Normalize.
Destigmatizing. That's
Yes.
the word. Holy shit.
Destigmatizing.
It just came. Do you
Good
remember
job.
the last podcast?
Write it down.
I sat there and
Write
Yeah,
it
you
in
wanna
that
write it?
Yes.
notebook because that piece of paper will go away.
Yeah, this will go away.
Write
This
it
is
in
my
that.
notebook.
Exactly. Write it in that one.
Stigmatized. Jesus. I went through that whole last podcast for like 10
couldn't think
minutes
of it,
and
yeah.
have thought about it because I listened to it again. I listened to us yesterday or whenever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I did it. Destigmatize. Jesus. Okay. Perfect. I wrote it down on my one piece of paper here. This is the WoW counter paper. If you all remember. For our faithful 2 listeners, this is the WoW counter.
How dare you?
So it's how many times is
Thank you, happy campers, for getting us over the 150 download mark. We have no idea how many view or listeners
This is why we drink.
we have,
This is
but
what- yeah.
For you.
I have
We drink for
I have
you.
notification that we have at least 150 downloads. So
Pretty cool.
we put an asterisk on the listening.
I don't have any alcohol. I probably should get it, but
Right
I'm
behind
also
you.
tired, so I can do like
You don't have to move. Hold
upper.
on.
I don't. Oh, I love you so
got a
much.
little bag.
Uppers and downers. Oh my God. Oh, how cute. It's a lesbian bag.
Yes.
I like it. Well, we were going to ask you too something about talking about bisexuality versus like pan.
Oh God, that's a whole episode.
Yeah, and explain your specific variety of bisexuality and like why are you bisexual and not pan?
I could.
Like,
are we
what's
doing this
the thing?
now or are we gonna wait?
I mean, I had questions when you said it, but I was gonna I didn't know if you wanted to keep that private or
I
not.
wish we had like active chat listeners, like if we had a Discord or something and we were on like we were streaming and had a chat.
Hey, buddy. If
And
you want to get
the
that
people
rolling,
would be like, "Oh yeah, talk about that." I wish.
Hey,
that
buddy.
would be fun. That
if
would
you
be
want
fun.
to, if
No,
you
I
want
mean
to set
now,
that up,
like immediately right
if you want to set that up, you can.
I might actually.
So
do that.
is that what we're? Is that where we're going? Is that what
see,
we're
now
doing?
we have 3 topics. Okay, we can do the. We have good topics: acts of service and what that
We're
means.
going to talk about acts of service.
Okay, we're gonna pick 2. We have 3 topics. We're gonna pick 2 for this time and for the next one. Shit.
I'm along for the ride for any.
How
of
long
them.
would that actually take? Well,
I mean, to me,
old
it
mud
would
butt
just.
over there, whatever
It
the
just.
fuck his
It
name
depends
is.
on.
thinks it's only gonna be
Juicy
30 minutes.
Johnson, JJ over
JJ.
there. It would just depend
Oh,
on
thank
where
God,
it squirrels.
yes.
Where it
JP.
squirrels to.
Where it squirrels. Okay.
So I don't know where that topic would squirrel to.
I don't either. What was the other acts of service?
But I do
and
know
then fantasy versus reality.
Fantasy versus reality.
Damn. We can skip the fantasy versus reality one. I think I can only stomach like
skip
one
it. Just
topic
put a
that has
pin
to
on
do
it.
with my life
Yeah.
in one night.
Okay.
So yeah, buy one
Yeah.
and then the
Okay. So
either
there
acts
is
of
a
service
huge
or fantasy
there is a
versus
huge
reality.
now social
Can I ask
conversation. Sure.
Do you know what question I'm going to ask you?
No.
Okay,
I'm
all
intrigued to
I
know.
was
I'll
waiting
wait.
for the WoW
It
counter
was
to
that
go
one
because he did.
when you said it, and my eyes did that, and you
Mm-hmm.
said you broke my brain, but you didn't. I was just like, I had a question. I was like, I don't know if she wants to talk about that. So I'll let you explain and see if you answer my question in your explanation. Go
No
ahead.
pressure. Okay. So
Yes.
it got brought up in a previous podcast about the different spectrums of sexuality. And we were talking about, the I am like you're cis, you're gay, you're bi, you're pan, like however you identify. And I made the comment that I am bisexual, and you guys looked at me like I had 2 heads and were like, "Oh no, you're pan." And I'm like, "No, I'm bi. I'm not pan. I'm definitively not pansexual."
I think I get the buy thing. I think I understand it.
And here's
so
why.
he looked at you like.
The difference
But
to
I'm
me,
curious about your experience.
the difference to me between bisexual and pansexual is I definitively am attracted to men or women. I am not personally attracted to trans or non-binary. So the shell does matter to me. The shell I prefer the shell to match the identification, the parts,
All
to
the
match,
identities to be homogenous.
to me the same. So I personally am not attracted to
Homogenous starts with a homo, and that's funny. Okay.
I'm not attracted to non-binary people
Classy.
or people who identify as non-binary. I'm not attracted to people who are transsexual.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
I'm attracted to men and I'm attracted to women.
Yeah. Is there something in your experience that is like a black and white in your head where it's got to be one or the other? And there's
I think it
is
goes
the fluidity
okay. So
confusing,
with
or is it
the
like, does it mess with your brain? Like, because it messed with my brain for a while, and then I was like, but that's kind of hot. I don't know. I'm not asking like, why are you bisexual? I don't understand. It's more like,
the reason why I'm
explain it.
bisexual is because I'm attracted
because I'm
to
bisexual.
women, and then I'm
Yeah,
also
exactly.
equally attracted to men.
Why aren't you pan? What the fuck do you mean?
The reason why I'm not
'Cause I'm
pan is
not.
because I personally
I'm not
am
actually
not,
asking because that's rude and it's insane.
I'm
but-
personally not attracted to the physicalities of transsexual. I'm going to get crucified for this answer, so I might as
I
well
don't
just
think
say
so. No, I'm
I like
thinking,
for my men to be men and my women to be women.
Yeah,
I don't like for there to be a cross in it. Now, I say this, I am attracted to women who are I am more attracted to women who are masculine presenting, but they are still very much identify as women.
Yeah, that makes.
But I
yeah.
am not attracted at all to men who have feminine qualities.
Interesting.
So therefore, I don't identify as pansexual because I feel that is too specific for pansexual. Mm-hmm. I feel it fits very much in I am bisexual.
Yeah, I would say.
Now, I was in a relationship with a woman for 5 years.
Yeah.
She was masculine presenting,
Uh-huh.
but she was still
a
very
woman.
much a woman.
Oh, yeah.
All the men I have had experience with have been with either relationship-wise or sexually, have all been very masculine presenting men. That's what I'm attracted to.
So
So to me, that defines that's the separation between identifying for me bisexual or pansexual.
Okay.
Where when I was going back and listening to the podcast and Esme was very much like, I'm attracted to the person. If the person's hot to me, they're hot. And I get the concept of that because I am attracted to a person. Like I say all this and then I'm also going to follow it up with say I don't have a type. Like the men don't have to be over 6 foot with blonde hair, blue eyes, and over like 200 pounds. The women don't have to be like under 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have to have brown hair, brown eyes. They don't have to have a specific physicality type to them. I am attracted to the people for who they are.
What about trans people who went through every surgery to become their...
I've never encountered them in a sexual aspect.
Yeah, and just want to...
So I don't know
you
that.
don't know if you're actually sexually attracted. Huh.
Because I've never personally encountered somebody...
Yeah, me neither.
...that I would consider myself to pursue.
Yeah.
Or like they came to me or I pursued them and then found out. I've never crossed that bridge.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be a test.
Yeah. To me, their mind was the other gender and they made their body match and now they match and that's the end of that. So
I've not personally encountered a dating aspect or relationship or a sexual aspect where that's come to light. So I don't know how I'd react if that really happened to me.
Yeah.
Like if they were male presenting, they were a man, but they had started this journey and were born a woman, but you couldn't tell. I don't know how I would react to that until I'm, I guess, presented with it.
Yeah.
I've never been presented with it.
So you answered my part A question.
Okay.
Part B of my question is hypothesis. So you're getting ready to talk to somebody.
Okay.
They present as a man.
Okay.
But then you're attracted to them, but then they say, oh, but I identify as she, her.
I don't know. I've never been presented. I don't know how I would react, to be honest with you.
I'm trying to see where the line is there. It's like, is it the energy they give off, or is it
I don't know. Like, for people, yes. It's very much an energy thing. Like, I don't have to necessarily be physically attracted to you to want to be with you because your personality could be winning me over.
So is it the identifying part of it?
I'm personally not attracted to people. Wow, this is going to make me sound like such an asshole.
Good thing we're seeing enemies here.
Good thing we only have 3 listeners.
Everybody. I'm not attracted.
I'm just fucking.
I'm not attracted to. I'm not attracted to the transition.
Yeah, there's a gray area in between, and it just might not be visually and sexually appealing to you. Yeah. You can't. You don't have to defend what you're attracted to and also what you're not attracted to.
Yeah.
Because it's like, honestly, right now, I'm gonna get crucified for this too.
Really
it's the cool
trying
thing
not
right
to
now.
Offend anybody because it doesn't have anything to do with them as individuals.
Yeah, it's your preference.
It's just my attraction.
Yes. Here's the cool thing. This is why you're cool, and being here is cool because right now the very cool thing societally is to be pan and to be completely fluid with everything. It is not cool anymore to be cis and to be bi or to be straight. Like, that's not cool anymore. Now you got to be pan and you got to be fluid and you have to be gender fluid. You have to be sexually fluid. You have to be poly.
And also, it's okay to hate on people like cisgender men.
No, I'm not hating on anybody.
No, I'm not talking about you.
It's becoming. It's like societally.
I've just seen
like
it in
a cool
lot of
thing.
dating profiles. Like, no cisgendered men. If you're homophobic, which is cool, that part's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, no cisgender men. It's like, hold on a second.
Don't be a gay hater.
We're not all like that, okay? You're just putting this all in a little thing. Like, just because it's cisgender doesn't mean I'm not open-minded. I don't like present 100%. I don't flag my demisexuality, but it doesn't mean I'm not open to other people. Right. How about you have a conversation with me first?
And here's the thing is I am personal friends with many transgendered people.
Yeah.
I am personal friends with many non-binary
For the
people.
record, we all are. So anything we're saying here is no offense to any of our
I mean, they have
friends.
my phone number. I talk to them on a regular
basis.
And they understand.
We party with them. We're always around them.
That I'm understanding, that I am respectful, that I honor their pronouns.
Yeah.
I do all the things.
They're your friends. We care about them.
But that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to them sexually.
Yeah. Well, not just them, just anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say
Honestly,
too,
it's like having guy friends or having girlfriends if you were straight and you're not attracted to girls. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
hey, buddy,
I'm not attracted.
I'm
That's
right
it.
there with you. I'm not attracted to any of our friends either. So I don't really care who
Am
they
I
are.
attracted to any of our friends?
I'm not attracted to any of our
I
friends.
don't know. I got to think about that.
I wouldn't say I'm attracted. I'm just saying I'm curious at times.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
I think I got to think about it.
Well, see,
Actually, I have to think
anything
about
you said, I'm going to judge you for that the most. It's like
That I'm curious.
bar
About your
guy
friends,
and
yeah.
then curious about your friends.
guy.
Yeah.
Is right. Bar guy
He's
is right underneath
upset
that.
about
He's
bar guy.
really upset
Been
about
upset
bar.
for
This is the
days.
second time we've brought up bar guy tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He brought it up
Yeah.
like the past few days.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Every time I see him, he's bringing up bar guy.
Okay, so my thoughts on what you said. You answered my questions. Yes, so I agree with you about the transition, and I'll be an asshole too. There's some people that are like, oh, you're doing good. I understand I get the whole your identity. And you need the outside to match the inside. You were born the wrong person. I 100% get that, but it's like I'm gonna be that asshole and be like, you need more work because we have certain people in our mutual chat group
Showing their titties that aren't titties yet.
obviously we've talked about it, but it's like, girl, you need some more work. That's those.
Here's my thing is,
Those are.
I'm also going to, I guess, continue this path down being an asshole tonight.
We're all assholes. Welcome to
In
the
my
asshole chat.
experience, and the people that I have
think
been
it's
exposed
cute.
to, I don't have a lot of patience with people who lead with this aspect of their life.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that in the last one.
Wanna
It's
go
like,
back in
dude,
triggers.
we have
Happy
a
campers. You
friend
can go
who-
back to what triggers us.
You
that
know what I
podcast
said?
video.
I said this to one of our friends. We were talking about all the
It's
trauma
not
shit.
attractive to me
No,
to lead with this in your life.
Yeah,
No.
you'll know who I'm
I
talking
don't need to
about.
know what's going on in your pants unless we're talking like that.
Here's where, and this might be related and it might not be, but I told another friend that it's not necessary for her to lead with her shame.
Yeah.
She starts introducing herself and just goes off on all the, I'm this way and you have to, and I'm like, just stop. You're over explaining. You're explaining yourself away.
Or you're explaining yourself to people that don't deserve it.
Anything. Well, it's not even they don't
Yeah.
deserve it. Why do you have to do it in the first place?
Right.
Because it's coming from their own place. Why do you need to explain yourself at all?
Mm-hmm.
You don't. So she's explaining herself from her own shame. I wonder if it's curious to me if I don't have to say, oh yeah, I'm cis, I go by she, her, and no, I'm not cis, whatever.
Okay, so I brought that. That's curious that you
don't
say that
because I don't feel like I have to. I don't care. So
I
why
brought
do
that
they
up
care
this
so
weekend
much?
in like an honest conversation, kind of like what we have, and people ask me why I don't, when I introduce myself for things that I teach, or if I'm acting in a
Professional,
like a
community
capacity,
aspect, yeah.
When I say hello, my name is, and I use she, her pronouns.
Right. It's in
why
our
don't
group.
I do that?
Okay.
And I was very adamant about the fact that I don't do that because ultimately I don't care what people call me because I don't need your validation to walk my life. You call me whatever it is you feel the need to call me because it has no bearing on how I view myself. And so I've always never used pronouns because if you want to call me ma'am, call me ma'am. If you want to call me he, call me he. I don't care because you have no bearing on how I view myself.
Agreed with that.
And they heard me and then they counteracted with that they do it because it makes other people who use non-traditional pronouns more comfortable to use them. It provides a comfortable space where they feel it's accessible or it's available for them to do that. So it automatically creates a safe space for them, and they end up thanking people. Thank you for introducing, like say it would be JJ over here, right?
JP.
JP.
JPP.
JP introduces himself. Hi, my name's JP. I use he, him pronouns. Well, if you look at him and you know him, you know this, right? He's an obvious one that you don't have to guess or wonder or don't know. Just the fact that he led the conversation or led the class or whatever it is he's leading, just because that he led with that automatically makes other people more comfortable to use theirs. Because they feel like they're not going to be criticized or looked at weird. Like this is a safe space for me to do that. Because there's so many unsafe spaces out there to do that.
Yeah, I have 2 points of that. One,
And so I finally saw a different perspective as to why people do it. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean I still subscribe to it. Doesn't mean I'm going to start doing it. Because ultimately, I want to model what I believe. And what I believe is I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to model what I believe. And I will still use whatever it is you ask me to use. But I at least was able to, for the first time, see somebody else's legitimate like perspective as to why they would do that.
That's a good point.
I have like 3 perspectives on it now that I think about it. So one, this is a weird one. You know how people say racism doesn't exist?
No,
And they're
it
like,
does.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, well, I just don't talk about it because, if we keep talking about it, then it'll keep perpetuating it. And if we just stop talking about it, then it'll go away, right? Wrong, exactly. Right. So then saying she, her, or he, him, that kind of thing might, or they, them might actually be helpful to remind everybody that this is a problem.
Yeah, this
right.
is a thing.
It's a problem. Second, by the person who explained that, I get it, but also that's managing other people's emotions. It's kind of like it's hoping that you're reaching out. It's a nice thing to do, reaching out an olive branch for people who might be uncomfortable. But if you want to be an asshole about it, like, hey, they need to step up and be comfortable to either announce their pronouns or not, independent of whether you do it or not. So just because the counter argument is just because you're not doing it, does that mean you're perpetuating an unsafe space?
I don't know.
By not doing it, that's the third thing.
Mm-hmm.
As a, quote, community leader, whatever the hell we are, holding courses and, putting yourself out there, it might be a responsibility that you could take or not take.
Right.
To do that for people who are new, and because this, being in this kink lifestyle in general, it's kind of self-selecting with people who are also in other alternative lifestyles and also in different sexuality spectrums than just the cis straight
and
thing.
it's valid,
So there's all my points.
I see all the points.
Interesting thought.
But yeah, it was eye-opening to me to hear that other perspective.
Yeah, it's
because
interesting.
I was like,
I would have countered 3 different ways.
Okay,
I'm that argumentative asshole.
It doesn't personally change how I choose to do things.
I wouldn't either. Yeah. For the
But
record, I don't introduce myself.
I understand it.
Yeah, I don't lead with my pronouns, and I just choose not to because I also just don't care. And
but
if other people want
I
to,
typically don't lead with anything personal. Period.
I'm starting not to. They'll do it, and I'm like, okay, cool.
I mean, just like in another previous podcast, I believe I brought up the fact that
Are we doing this now? This is
I
like
really
a thing
don't.
We're doing now.
I really don't.
What?
We're referring to previous podcasts.
Yeah,
we can do that now.
Are we old podcasters?
We are.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We can do that now. But however, I don't lead with anything but my name, because if I'm not fucking you, I don't need to know. I don't need to know if you're pansexual. I don't need to know if you're demisexual. I don't need to know.
Okay.
I don't need to know if you're trans. Like, I don't need to know any of this, because if ultimately I'm not touching that body part and I'm not trying to be with you romantically or emotionally,
They're not.
I don't need to know.
That's
I
not
need
why
to
they're
know.
introducing. I think they're doing it more because they might be. They might look like a woman still, and
Why do I need to know
be,
if you are pansexual?
Oh, they don't need to. They're not telling you that. I think, but the they them is like.
No, I'm not talking pronouns.
Oh, we're not talking pronouns.
I'm
Okay.
talking about when people give like their resume when they introduce themselves.
Oh yeah, that's only
Like,
if they think it's a dating
Hello,
site.
my name is Dame, and I use she/her pronouns, and I am a bisexual,
Okay.
polyamorous, person.
Hold on. Are you
why-
presenting somewhere?
It doesn't matter. Why does the fact that I fuck women and men and identify a certain way and think a certain way have anything to do
So
with
you're
me giving a class on communication?
Relatable to the audience in different ways, but to me that's people pleasing too. Because why do I need to be relatable? Why can't they figure out ways to relate to me?
If I'm not fucking you, you don't need
You don't need to know
you
all my
don't need
shit.
to worry about it.
I think they're bragging about it. I think people like to brag about how
traditional
non-binary
and old
they are.
school they are.
Yeah, no, they like to brag about how non-binary they are.
I don't know, but I just personally don't do it.
Now,
I
there's
go
an
up there-
asshole comment.
That was an asshole.
Yeah,
comment.
they like
So,
to brag about
that's
how
my
non-binary because
okay,
it's not cool to be
so-
binary anymore.
My question is, how much, as a leader of my community,
Oh my
when you're giving a class or
Sir,
whatever,
every episode.
I could squeeze it in.
This is gonna be the most controversial one.
I could
Every
squeeze it in.
episode.
Hey, we're all assholes here.
Yeah.
So, how much do you give as a person that's led a
Hello,
class?
my name is Dame.
That's
I'll say I identify as a leather dominant.
okay.
Yeah, you've been
But you tell jokes
in the community for however
I've
many
been in the
years.
community. I
you teach classes,
legitimately.
and
Here's
that's it.
Hello, my name is.
We've
is
heard you do it.
Dame. I identify as a leather dominant. I've been in the lifestyle on and off, with some breaks for about 29 years. I teach here, I volunteer, and I'm an open book. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will share my experiences.
Yep.
Bam.
That's it.
Okay.
And then you start.
And
Yeah.
then
So
I
that's
start.
I've
your
been to 2 of your classes now, and that's
Yeah.
exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
so that's your resume. How
Sure.
much of your personality do you give away?
I don't understand the
So,
question.
Which
When you're
avatar
giving-
of your personality?
Which representative do I
you're
bring?
Exactly.
representative. You can
Yeah,
listen
get
to
that
on
another
a
podcast.
episode. So you tell jokes.
I do tell jokes.
You give information because you're an educator.
Because yes.
Do you tell stories to help people relate?
Yes.
Okay, so it's still
I'll tell you all about my fuck ups. I don't
yeah,
care.
that's
Yeah.
all. That's all part of your
I
personality.
do. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like,
That
I
works.
really royally fucked this up.
But
so
you
there
don't
go.
say, "Oh, I fuck men and I fuck women."
Why. I'm not fucking anybody in the audience. Why
Okay.
would that? Why would that matter?
Okay, so
Unless it's relative to the class.
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
If it's
Where's
relative
this
to the
line?
class, then yes, I would be an open book.
Yeah, so where this line here? This is the line. Like, how much of your personality do you give away?
But see, that to me is not anything to do with my personality.
Private life.
The jokes?
No, you're asking like how much of my resume do I use?
You're asking
My
two
resume
different
has nothing to
questions.
do with my
The 29
personality.
years shaped your personality.
That's just experience.
That's yeah. That
Your
I'm
experience
just
shapes your personality.
But your private life that you're bisexual is private. And what's in your pants might be private.
Right. I didn't say anything
people-
about that. I'm saying where the line is. So we've
Private-
established this side of the
private
line.
private-
versus public.
the difference between what is necessary for the thing that I am teaching and what is necessary if I am trying to enter something with you.
So you specifically focus just on what you're teaching.
Yes.
Stories help,
Yeah, of course.
and comedy helps,
Of course.
and information helps.
Always.
Okay.
Why else would I be teaching if I'm not giving information?
Okay. Yeah.
And how long would people seriously sit in my class if I didn't make a joke or two? Like, who really attends dry classes?
Some people like
And
dry
who would take you
classes.
seriously if you hadn't been in the community for a
Who
while?
would really want?
Nerds like dry classes.
No.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I'm the weirdo. Who's like, ooh, she fucks men and women. Why is she not doing
But
anything in
would
the
it make you, if I was doing a
That's
class on,
distracting.
but if I'm doing a class on
class.
impact, does
I
it
wouldn't
really
give a shit.
matter who I fuck?
I want to know it that everybody.
What?
Yeah.
Say that again.
I want to know that with everybody.
You want to know who everybody fucks?
Yeah. I'm not going to ask, but if people say
But would it matter to the class that you're taking?
it would matter. Yeah.
Would it matter to how you proceed in a conversation at a munch?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm that weirdo. I have no problem with that. Because my thing is, see, I see what you're saying.
Keep asking him.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Like, why do you need to know that? If say, but my thing is, why did that person decide to give me that information? Because I know for me, if I say, "Oh, I'm JPP,"
I think I'm more worried
Juicy
about why
Johnson.
you care about the information.
And it's not that I care. I care about why.
Why what?
Why that person decided to say.
Did you ever
that.
ask them?
If I could have, yeah, I would have. But most people don't know why. It's like, why did you just like? And I've not been, a leader of the community, so I have not.
Has nothing to do with that.
I have not taught as many classes or been to as many classes that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But if a presenter would do that, and if I could stop them and be like, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am, whoever, why did you tell us that? Did I really need to know who?" Yeah, I would stop them if I could.
What do you?
I haven't been in that situation.
What do you think they would say?
Exactly.
What
Most
kind of
people
answer are
can't
you looking
answer
for?
why. I'm not looking for any answer. This is where the assumptions come in again. This is the thing here.
Well, no, but why
Assuming
would you
this
ask
is-
a question if you're not looking for an answer?
I just want to know why. Like, what is the thing here? I have very specific.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to ask him what we're trying to ask him.
There's very specific criteria I look for as somebody that leads a class. I'm very.
Why are
very
they
judgy.
oversharing information?
Yeah, like
It's oversharing. And so it
What did
usually
you
indicates
decide?
like they're oversharing something that's not really relevant, and it indicates something in their, honestly, psychology.
yeah, and like we were talking about earlier about a certain someone that's a recovering narcissist. Like, why do you decide to tell people this information? What was the point of this? Unless we're specifically talking about recovering narcissist 101, why did you decide to tell this? What are you doing here?
Because they're a narcissist, and it's narcissistic to tell people you're a recovering narcissist because it makes it more about you.
Exactly. So my thing is like, what am I dealing with here? I need to know what I'm dealing with here.
Why don't
So
you
those
already
people-
know the answer, though?
No.
I really think you know the answer.
No, because then okay, so like you were saying, there's people that decide that, hey, I'm so and so, my pronouns are this and that. It's like,
I understand the pronoun.
I think they're trying to be cool.
Pronoun. I would take pronoun outside of this because I understand
pronouns make sense.
The social aspect
Their sexuality,
of using
let's say.
pronouns. So I don't view somebody introducing themselves to me and using. I appreciate when people use their pronouns because then that gives me a way to not screw things up initially.
Yeah, especially if the gender is ambiguous or confusing.
I do appreciate it if it's especially if people who present are not their outward appearance don't necessarily match the pronouns that they use.
Exactly.
I appreciate it because you're giving me a chance to do right from the beginning and not do wrong.
Show me what a good job looks like. And
is
they
it
just
wrong
did.
though?
Yeah, they
no,
can show you what
I would
wrong.
rather like if somebody has a pronoun that does not match their exterior presentation. I appreciate the opportunity to respect
gender them appropriately,
to respect their pronouns from the get-go, than to be corrected to learn.
Yeah, same. Show me, set me up for success. Don't
I get that, but I kind
me.
of disagree as far as just me personally, because it's like, what the fuck does it matter what somebody calls you? I've been called motherfucker, asshole, you big jerk, you know.
So I'm going to counter because I am around such a diverse group of people. I'm going to channel that knowledge that I do have is easy for you to say because you've never used a pronoun that doesn't represent how you present.
Yes.
So it's very easy for you to say, just like it's very easy for me to say, I don't understand why I would need to do this because I've never had to have the internal dialogue and the internal struggle and battle walking through society of presenting one way but feeling another.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so
that's why I said me personally.
Easy for you to
yes,
say
that's
that.
how I say that. And then also I understand those people that have that struggle. I understand the struggle, but it's like, why get so angry about it?
I think it's intention, or is someone trying to purposefully misgender them?
I'll be honest with you, because I've had this conversation with people before when I was really learning, because I used to be, you know how like people talk about how, I used to be a Republican, now I'm a Democrat, and it took them a while to understand like maybe why it was wrong that they believed what they believed. Mm-hmm. I was a type of person that did not understand pronouns. I did not understand the psychology behind transgender. I really struggled with the concept of non-binary. And so it took somebody half my age and a lot of patience to have a lot of hard conversations with me where I could be vulnerable and I could ask uncomfortable questions and it wasn't personal between us. Like it honestly was, I'm trying to learn. So I'm going to ask these things that are socially not acceptable to ask, but they knew I was doing it in the presence of I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to educate myself.
Trying to care. Mm-hmm.
Right. So the reason why people get so indignant, the reason why
indignant, good word.
They are maybe quick to criticize people who do misgender them or mispronoun them is because they do it all the time.
Like they're not trying. Like, come on,
like
can you just try?
Honestly, like, they tend to be more quick-tempered and more have less patience around people that are around them the most, because they get to the point where it's like, seriously, you know me? How many times do we have to have this conversation? So do you just really disrespect me, and are you really just trying to piss me off, or are you that dense? Like, how many times does it take you, like we'll say Esme here, how many times would you be patient looking at me saying, I don't like coffee. Why do you continue to bring me coffee? Why do you continue to bring me this thing that I don't like? How many times do I have to tell you I don't like this thing?
Let's get into acts of service talk now.
So you see what I'm saying?
This rolls right into it.
But I mean, like, and so when you have that conversation everywhere you turn and you go to work and people like, because it's just now getting into corporate America. Mm-hmm. So you work all time. You probably have a family that doesn't support it or doesn't understand it. And so now you're finally around the people that should, i.e. your community, where we're supposed to be open and accepting and all that. And now even people can't get it right.
Yeah, even though we're familiar with it.
So where I was in the same position you were, like, Lil, chill, where the fuck are you coming at me from? Like, I made a mistake, forgive the fuck out of me. I had to get past my own little ego and my old school mentality of how things work and be like, I wonder how many of me's they encountered today. when I'm supposed to be a safe person for them to be around. I'm supposed to be in a safe community that they can be around, where this is the one place they don't have to put their guards up about things.
We're held to a high standard.
And I just did
of,
this to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Awesome.
And you do that now, even if you have not had a conversation with that person?
What do you mean?
Well, they snap at you and you haven't had the conversation with them.
If we haven't had the conversation and you snap at me, that's a whole different thing.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking about people I have established friendships with, or working relationships with, social engagements with.
Mm-hmm.
If I've been aware and I'm around you a lot, it's now on me.
Okay. That part I understand. I'm just specifically talking with, like, I've never
Like
met
the initial
person.
get-go.
We've never had a
If you
conversation.
snap at me, we're going to have a different conversation.
Okay,
if
good.
I just met you and I mispronoun you by accident because I just met you, or you didn't tell me,
Yeah.
you and I about to have a different conversation, because I will, like, no.
Okay.
But I'm talking people I've had more than one interaction with, more than one. Like, I really put a lot of work into this because I really didn't understand it in the beginning. And there's still some aspects of it I don't, which is probably why I'm not attracted to certain types of people, because there's aspects of them I just don't understand.
Yes, that makes sense. I get that
So
point.
it would be hard for me to be attracted to somebody that fundamentally I still am trying to understand some things about.
So do you think, even if you did understand it, just because of those other interactions you had with people, just like snapping or whatever, do you think that kind of conditioned it too?
Well, it made me defensive at first while I was trying to learn.
Yeah.
Because it made me want to, like, put up
Super
my old
hard to
my
learn
old
when you're
school
triggered.
hands and be like, you know what? Fuck
Fine.
all y'all.
Yep.
Fuck all y'all. I ain't got time for none of y'all shit. You can take that horse that you rode in on and that dog you brought through the door, and you can go
Turn your ass around and
doors
ride right
work
off into
both
the
ways.
sunset.
But then I was like, whoa, okay, hold on.
Why bring a dog into this?
I don't know. It just sounded right.
Okay.
Everybody's got to mess with the dogs. Somebody hasn't seen John Wick.
I had
because of
to
that.
I had to do my own work, and I was fortunate enough to have people patient enough to have the conversations that they probably wouldn't have with anybody else,
See, I haven't
because
done
they
that
would be
yet.
offended
Yeah.
with the conversation.
I haven't
Right.
done that yet.
But they
so-
knew my intention,
Yeah.
and so they were willing to help me do that work.
Those are always very good conversations, and we've got a few
Yeah.
people in the lifestyle volunteering, and they're actually really willing to have those conversations.
Yeah, especially
And-
with somebody my age. And now they brag.
Yeah.
They'll be like, look, and they even kind of joke. They're like, look, if Dame can learn this
Y'all can.
and get this figured out, then y'all ain't got no excuse,
Yup.
because we watched her
The whole
do
progression.
all this.
Yeah. Watch the whole progression.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that part
good
makes
shit.
sense to me. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So the transitioning thing, I feel you on that one. The transitioning thing. Have you watched transsexual porn?
No,
You haven't watched any transsexual? Not interested in it?
I don't seek it out, because I don't seek out porn that I'm not initially attracted to.
But like, if you go, I don't know where you go, but if you go to like Pornhub, they just have
X-Hamster. I go to X-Hamster a lot.
that,
or
but they have
Pornhub.
all the different things on the front page. You never be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me
No.
see this. No, you never accidentally.
No,
Really, I've accidentally.
I don't accidentally porn.
Well, you don't. Sometimes. Well, no.
I don't either.
What happens is
I
you
don't
see.
just like do. Oh,
Yeah.
look, I tripped into this.
Well, no, you see.
I
You
don't.
see part of a title,
No,
right?
Yeah,
Fell
they
into
do like
this.
related, and
Well,
this matches your search. Or
Yeah.
this
Well, no,
matches,
you just
like-
see the thumbnail, and you see attractive person, and you start reading the title, and it's like,
No.
okay, and you just click on it.
No, because like a lot of traditional porn does nothing for me. I have very specific porn I seek out.
That's
Yeah,
all
there's
of
all.
us.
That's all. That's on. All of it's on X-Hamster.
Yeah,
And
no, I don't.
Pornhub.
It doesn't come up in my feed.
We don't have to
Oh.
call it Prawn Hub anymore.
Is this a public website?
You always called it Prawn Hub.
I just call it prawn because that's funny. I had a professor that said the prawn. Don't look on the prawn on your computer. It's like,
Wow. That's
Yeah,
great.
because it's like people do that, but don't do it because we'll catch you. So they said the prawn hub. So that's why it was funny.
True.
But on the prawn hub or on the X-Hamster, when you go to the first page, there's all kinds of stuff, and then my thing recognizes me, so it's recommended, and then it has all this stuff on there. But on the thing, it's like, oh yeah. It's very, but so I feel you because there's certain porn stars. It's like, oh yeah, you were not born because you look great like this. So that's why.
And here's the thing: is I can appreciate somebody who takes a lot of time and presents very attractively. Who is trans? I'm not attracted to it. I can appreciate their beauty and not be attracted to it.
Interesting. I have so many more questions, but it's like very specific questions. Like, if you went on the bus and then you did this and then...
Yeah, but you can't ask what-if questions because there's no end to those.
Yes.
And it's very situational.
Yes.
So it's a little redundant to ask questions like that.
For some people. For this podcast, yes, but
yes.
In regular times, I'm
yeah.
like, so what
For
about
the
this
podcast,
person?
I'm gonna shut the mic off and just like pepper you with questions.
What about this person?
I'm okay with that.
That'd be fun.
I'm okay with that.
I'll watch that.
Yeah,
I'd watch us.
I'd watch us.
Ooh, maybe we can do a reaction.
Oh my God. I don't know if I want people seeing my actual facial reactions to some of the
Your
things
reactions
that
are
we
great.
do.
Yeah,
They're not that bad. It's just wow.
Great.
There's just a lot of wows.
You answered my question there, so that was amazing. So yeah.
See, we have questions for each other too. We've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
We still have questions for each other, so it's fun.
Do you have any questions for us? The
Well, I mean, you
opposite
guys are
spectrum?
very, opposite end of the spectrum. You guys are very, very much pansexual, and so I get that.
She's pan.
I'm
I'm
more pan,
demisexual.
You're
You're more than demisexual.
You like twinks.
No.
Yeah.
No, because I don't. The physical is like, nah. I'm more interested in what's going on emotionally. And
Yeah, but you have to get
They're-
through
yeah.
some physical to get to emotion.
But
I
my
am
thing
too.
is, just as long as there's no hair. No hair.
He's pan.
He's pan.
No hair. No. It's
Yes.
not pan.
Pan
There's
and
a
Demi are on
different-
two totally different spectrums. Did you listen to our last podcast?
No, I didn't. I
They're
didn't edit it or anything.
Exactly. They are completely different things. One of them is like your romantic, whatever attraction, whatever the hell it's called, and the other one is it's like sexual attraction.
I'm telling you, the Demi comes
my
out before the
God.
pan or whatever it is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but when you're swiping left and right, there's no demi there. It's attraction.
There is. We're not
pri-
going to have this discussion again.
No,
If
we
you
already
don't
talked
wanna
about this
listen
in the
to
podcast.
because I'm
Primary
going
attraction.
to. When you're ready, we're going to have the discussion about dating
Oh my
apps because
God.
that is some bullshit.
We're
You
not
can
talking
get-
about that anymore.
We're
This episode is rehashing our old
as somebody,
podcast.
listen,
Yes.
yeah,
don't like
whoever.
it.
Hey,
It's like a reminiscence.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's bothering me.
This is great because we can do this now. We've made it to this point now, but we're gonna have this another discussion on a personal note about dating apps because we're gonna go
Delete
back
them
to
all.
that.
Cheeseburgers and beers.
Delete them all.
No, you can get a lot of personality from pictures.
I
Okay,
did, by the way.
we can get a lot of pictures.
All but
from,
one.
Good girl.
I did.
We can get a lot of personality from pictures. Okay,
I hit my done
All right.
level with them.
For
I
now.
really did.
for now.
I would rather meet Bar Guy at
Me
this
too.
point.
Yeah.
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 I'm leaving it up for fate
Yep.
with Bar Guy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh God! All right, we're done with this. Tired of you stupid bar guy bullshit. We're gonna talk about the dating apps. Mark my words, people. Cappy campers.
already did.
We will have
It's
an
a whole-
update.
we've had a whole
We're
episode about
updating
it.
all these other things, and then did you have any more questions for Dave? Over
No,
there?
I want to talk about the acts of service thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we gotta cut this off and we'll talk about something else.
Okay.
All right. I hope we answered.
So disclaimer before we end this podcast,
No, you're an asshole.
please.
We're all assholes.
I
That's it.
understand
Bye.
that I
Clicking in
probably came across as an asshole, but it's because I'm authentic, and I will tell you how I feel, and I will also tell you that I am still a work in progress. But I still stand by I am sexually attracted to what I'm sexually attracted to, and it has nothing to do with the person.
I will defend your ass because imagine the other side. If we judged anybody else for who they're sexually attracted to, how do you think that would go? So how dare anybody ask you and question you about just being bi
Yeah.
when
Speaking of
they're
this-
anything else, straight or pan?
Right.
I wouldn't dream of that. It's more just a curiosity thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Yes.
I marked a personal achievement today.
Okay.
Which is the first thing. You guys probably don't care, but I saw my very first post-op pussy.
Okay. On purpose?
Yes.
Or was it one of those things you happened to click?
No, it was on our website,
Okay.
and they said, transitioning on their thing,
And they posted it.
and they posted their pussy.
Good for them.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's brave.
That was very.
That's awesome.
That was enlightening for me. And then I saw some of the scars, but then like everything else looked original.
I would hope so. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing of the male penis, and then the female vagina is in it's in a
Yeah,
difference.
it's just inside out.
No,
Yes.
The penis is farther away from the butthole than the pussy is.
Yes.
So that makes the hole a little bit
Yes.
differently. And I've heard people that have had sex with post-op people.
Vaginas.
Yes. Whatever. The thing.
It's a vagina.
Well, I didn't mean that in general, but I'm saying whichever vagina or penis.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
no
different.
longer a penis if it's a vagina.
Can you let me finish? It's in a different place.
Oh, don't look at me.
I'm talking about penises too.
Okay.
They say this about the penises too.
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet. That's the next goal. But I've seen post-up vagina, but the hole is in a different place. There's no way you can like move the hole. So I'd say it's a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
I'm proud of the person who did it. I
Yes.
think it's amazing.
They put it all on there. But yeah. So that's what I'm saying because I heard that, so I had never seen it. But it's farther away from the hole. And it'll give you a little anatomy on the male anatomy.
I've got anatomy.
But yeah, so I've heard that it feels a little bit different because you're not used to where the hole is. So
I get that.
yeah,
Okay.
because it's a little bit
Angles and shit.
angles, geometry. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, happy campers, you got a little.
What a note to
Yeah,
end on.
Why
You
is
gotta-
that a milestone? I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah, you don't care, but I like seeing all that stuff. So I was very proud of that person for putting all their business on the web.
But it's a milestone for you?
Yeah, because I'd never seen it before. Yeah.
You didn't look them up?
No, I don't want to look it up. What does that do? That's not the same thing.
I mean, I've looked it all up.
I don't want to look it up.
I've
No.
seen some shit.
No, I want to find this person.
Look at
that-
them when they go wrong.
No, I want to have a conversation like Dame had with this person. That's the. I would really, that would be very cool if I saw somebody that was transitioning or post-op, pre-op transitioning, and be like, "Here's my genital area. Have questions," and I'm like, "Oh, so yeah, I want to come from a learning angle like you had." So
Oh, okay.
that was good. You shared that because I've not had that in myself where somebody was willing to share that information. I would also like somebody to ask me questions
About what? Your penis?
Yes, my penis. If you needed a thing,
Like, because they've never seen one? Or
yeah,
like,
yeah, I love those. Have you ever watched the shows where there's like somebody's going with a sex therapist and they've never had a lot of experiences and they go through the whole sex therapy thing? The sex therapists that have sex with their people.
no.
Ooh, see, that's a whole fascinating thing. I would love to do that.
So you want people to ask you about your penis, but you're demisexual.
Yeah, what does that have to do with it? This is intellectual. Yeah.
There's not enough alcohol for this.
How are you confused that we're asking this question?
Because you know what I mean? I'm talking about from an intellectual standpoint, so I don't know what my demisexual has to do with it. I love educating people on that
Okay.
from an experience thing.
It sounds like you said you want to fuck people to teach them how to fuck because they haven't yet. As their therapist.
No,
Be a therapist that fucks their
I
patients.
kind of ran
is
all that
what
together.
It
but
sounded like you said.
yeah.
That's what was confusing.
Okay, so I don't need to do the fucking myself. I like watching the people going through the whole process. That's why I like that show.
interested in other people's sex, everything.
Everything
I
sex.
don't-
I would have, for a
I
demisexual
don't know
person.
why.
But he's demisexual.
It's very.
What does that have to do with demisexual? I'm not dating
different.
these people.
It's very curious. I'm not.
The demisexual has nothing to do with it. I'm
There-
not dating these people.
I think it's. I don't know. There's a whole psychology behind it. Is
There
it people who
is.
were like under-sexualized, who like are repressed or something?
So you want to know
And
about
have to-
all the sex. You want to know about
Yeah.
all the sexual things.
Yeah.
But
Everything immediately from everyone.
Yeah.
Like lead with it, all of it.
Yeah.
But you're demisexual.
What does it have to do with demisexual?
It's not even that. It's a learning thing. But like, did you not get to be a 5-year-old and be like, you show me yours and I'll show you mine? Did you never get to do that?
No.
I didn't either, though.
Oh, I did.
No.
Yeah. I think, is it just like, because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sort of like.
Why do you think I
it's
started
like
this podcast?
But
All
yet you
things
don't
sexual-
share things about your sexual.
Nobody's asked.
He would.
Bullshit.
Oh, no,
I'll
he would.
answer.
Literally ask him anything.
Nobody's asked. You want to talk about something? We can get a little real here.
How big are you?
In the group,
How big are you?
I said you can
But
see
how big are
pictures.
you?
I don't know.
You've never measured your dick?
In a previous podcast, Happy Campers, we've talked about this. I've not done that.
You've never taken a measuring tape to your dick?
How many times are you going to ask
Quick,
me this
get the
question?
ruler. Let's go.
We
Oh,
can
yeah,
go back to
for
an old,
science.
old podcast.
Come on for science.
science.
Right over there.
As somebody that's seen my dick, can you answer that question?
idea.
Okay, see. I don't know. I just heard it feels it's
Are you
just right.
circumcised?
Yes. I will answer these questions. The reason why, do you see little
Give me your hand. No, your hand. Turn your hand over.
so
Okay.
I don't know. I've had a woman look at my balls. She's like, "Oh, you must have a big dick." I'm like, "Okay, I guess so."
She based that off your balls?
Myself and balls.
That doesn't.
Why would you just show somebody your balls and not your
That
dick?
makes no
I
sense.
don't
That is not an
know.
accurate.
It was soft, so she's like, "Oh, you got big balls, so when it gets hard, it must be big."
That's a totally
Yeah, that
inaccurate
doesn't-
thing
I
to
have a
say.
ball in my
no.
head. I don't
Because
know.
no, that's
I
insane.
don't know.
Do you have hair on your butt?
Unfortunately,
But you have a
For
thing
now,
about hair.
hold up. For now,
No.
I have a laser thing that's going. It's for me, and I was like, I'm gonna use it.
We want to talk about transitioning. We're in the pimples part now, so it's like growing back part. So I need to shave again.
Oh, bummer.
See, you want to get personal? Nobody asked me these questions. Guess who they asked?
But you want these questions asked
I
of
love
you.
talking about this stuff. I love talking about all that stuff.
Wow.
So all this is why you think I
So
have
we
a
should have a
podcast.
sexual one podcast where we just talk sex.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't.
This is
You
part
won't
of this.
do it?
Nope.
She's not gonna do it.
I will.
Why?
I will
You've
watch
seen
and
it.
listen.
Hey.
You won't talk about it?
Hey, you wanna have the dirty
I do
talk?
not.
Do you want to have the dirty talk?
I do
again?
not talk about my private life.
Do you want to? Hey.
But we talk about our private life as a podcast.
Yeah.
Not like that.
You want to give?
I don't. Let me rephrase it. I don't talk about my sex life.
You
Oh,
want to
okay.
give Dame the dirty talk example again? No. Not
Okay.
even gonna do it again.
Nope.
Yeah, you saw what happened with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I love talking about this stuff. Nobody asked me questions. You know who they ask?
Your
When-
partners.
all the time. And guess what my family does? They ask my mom. Nobody asked me. I just told her that this week. I just realized like nobody asked me questions. They want to find out what's going on with me. They ask my mom. My family asks my mom, and then they ask my partners. You should ask her another time.
We'll have to do a sex talk.
Yeah, well, you can talk to
We'll
her
do a
later,
sex
but
talk.
we're gonna leave the campers
Bye.
hanging because yeah, they ask
Enjoy,
her.
you
Weed
too.
World.
They ask her. I mean, this is part of it, but yeah, they ask her. No,
But no, you could be a part of it because you could confirm whether he's telling the truth or not. So you could be a part of the conversation
What?
and
Why
not
would
just
I
give your
lie?
personal.
Why would I lie?
No.
No?
No.
She
No.
didn't talk about her. She's not gonna talk about me.
No.
You would talk about him, but not you.
No, she
I won't talk
doesn't.
about him
No,
either.
she won't
Really?
talk about it. No.
Not a chance.
See, we're complete. I love talking about that stuff. Nobody asked me. Why do you think I'm started this podcast? I love
I'd be
talking about that
violating.
stuff.
I'd be violating his privacy.
Right here with him, though. He's talking about it.
I would look at him first. Like, can I answer that? Yeah, I would. It would like everything would be like a look, and he'd be
Gotcha.
like, "Yeah, okay." I'd be like, "Okay,
Yeah, I don't care. I love all that stuff.
See?
yeah, that's cool." Whatever.
Juicy had a big poop.
Here's the other thing,
I'll
too.
tell you
If
my
he's
poop
gonna
poop.
start
You know?
talking about-
that.
I'll tell you
I don't
all
want-
that.
I
I'll tell
don't
you all
need-
that stuff.
I don't need to
I had
know
a nice
about
little
that.
poop earlier.
Oh my god!
Before and after my run.
My daughter will. She's
poop
done it since she was a teenager, where she will FaceTime me while she's in the bathroom,
I have friends that do that.
and I'll be like, "What are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just pooping, so I thought I'd call you." And
It's like, no.
I have friends that do that.
Boundaries. Boundaries.
I had a friend in high
thank you,
school.
sweetie. I love you.
Before we started
Boundaries.
texting, he would call me, and it would be a funny thing for him to like, plop. And I'm like, you motherfucker. He would wait till he had to take a shit, then call me, and like, I got you.
That's great.
Wow.
He was-
Okay,
yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, we'll be done.
Can
It's
we
about
be
that time.
done? Oh
Yeah.
my
You want to hear about my poop poop?
No, I don't.
Worry about
I
poop.
really don't
All right.
want to hear about that.
All right. Well, to my left, I. No,
You might
to
want to
my
talk.
right, I have.
This is Dame.
So you got me talking now.
Yeah.
To my left, I have.
Esme.
And I am Juicy PP Johnson.
It was fitting for the name. We
Hello.
have to admit.
I just can't.
We were,
Catch
it
us
was
next
fitting.
time while we talk about old podcasts.